You and I had a conversation probably 2 years ago, talked about Bitcoin going to $500,000. You still in the same place?
Yes, we are. In fact, we're a little higher than that in our base case for the year 2030. And in our bull case, much higher. If you look at what has happened in the last year, actually, Sam Bankman-Fried didn't like Bitcoin at all. And he didn't like it because of its decentralization and transparency. And what companies went under, they were the highly centralized, non-transparent, opaque companies. So FTX, Celsius, 3AC, Three Arrows Capital.
Cathie Wood's surprising outlook for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Cathie Wood, the founder and CEO of ARK Invest, has increased her projection on her infamous $1 million Bitcoin prediction. The leading cryptocurrency asset will reach $1 million, according to the American hedge fund manager and company leader, in about 7 years. The first time Wood made this forecast was in early 2022, when she increased her price forecast for the most valuable cryptocurrency asset from $500,000 by 2026 to $1 million by 2030. The projections made by the hedge fund manager are said to be supported by in-depth analysis carried out by the ARK Invest team. Exchange-traded funds based on disruptive developments such as blockchain technology, artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, and robots are managed by the Florida-based investment management company. Wood outlines her team's steadfast confidence in these industries in an interview with CNBC on Wednesday. She focuses particularly on blockchain technology and popular cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin and Ether. Despite the catastrophic downturn, she explains blockchain technology continues to support numerous revolutions, including the Bitcoin revolution. In her interview, Wood also covers her predictions for the US economy, inflation, and the market's overall performance over the previous year because of the unfavorable economic climate. So today, we will be listening to Cathie Wood's CNBC interview and analyzing key factors. Welcome to Prima Invest, where we will give you information relating to all things investing. Let's get to the video. Enjoy.
If you look at what happened to Bitcoin, the network, and Ethereum, the network, they really didn't skip a beat. All transactions were completed. All smart contracts opened and closed. So I think that starting with 0809, which is when Bitcoin really debuted, and even more so after the crypto fallout this past year, the collapse in many companies, this idea of transparency and decentralization is taking hold. And Bitcoin and Ethereum are the two best manifestations of that in the crypto world. I think what we've been through is a very big inflation and interest rate scare that hit long duration assets incredibly hard, including long-term bonds. Last year, the worst performance in the bond market since the 1700s. That's how bad this was. And of course, that was going to really hurt our strategies. But we do believe, and we have been saying for some time, that the inflation is unwinding. We think the market is leading the Fed, the bond market. I think we're down to 3.5% today on the 10-year Treasury bond yield. The bond market is basically saying the Fed is close to the end of this tightening move, and is also saying that inflation will surprise on the low side of expectations, which means when we look back that the past 2 years inflation issue and interest rate issue has been a function of massive supply shocks to the system. And I noticed that even Janet Yellen this week said that she believes that inflation is probably going to surprise on the low side and stay there and might even become a problem. Larry Summers, same thing. He's saying, wait a minute, the economy is much weaker than I thought. So I think we're close to the end.
So you think Jay Powell is going to, and in terms of the language Jay Powell might use later today, you think it's going to be a little softer rather than sort of a hawkish tone?
I have no idea. I don't know. I've been surprised at how unanimously this Fed board has voted, given how weak its own Federal Reserve Bank districts are, according to their own reports. So I don't know. I do know that the market is leading the Fed. And I also know that innovation solves problems. And we have a lot of problems now, including the Fed being so tight and activity becoming so weak in so many areas. So, we put out big ideas last night. These are our big ideas 2023. Very excited. And the first one you see there is artificial intelligence, which, of course, ChatGPT has finally caught the public's imagination. We've been working on artificial intelligence for a long time now, and I think some of the things we're seeing are just the beginning of the impact that artificial intelligence is going to have on every sector, every industry, every company.
Who do you think, though, is the biggest beneficiary or winner of that? Obviously, Tesla has been a big investment for you, and AI is a huge part of what they're trying to do. Again, we've had a big debate on this program, and I think in the markets for a long time about whether they're a car company or whether they're a tech company. I know you're in the tech camp, but what do you say to those who say, at least from the unit economics today, that it's a car company?
Well, I would say that it's just even its own gross margin structure would tell you there's something else going on here. Its gross margins are going up. And it's a technology company from the point of view of battery technology. It is at the leading edge there. Artificial intelligence, as you said, Andrew. And I think one of the most important things, you ask who the winners are going to be, they're going to be those companies with proprietary data and large pools of high quality proprietary data. And you'll see many of our stocks are in that category.
Let's talk about some other big ideas. Where are you in the world of crypto? We've been talking about crypto for a long time. I remember you and I had a conversation probably 2 years ago, talked about Bitcoin going to $500,000. You still in the same place? Yes,
we are. In fact, we're a little higher than that in our base case for the year 2030. And in our bull case, much higher. If you look at what has happened in the last year, actually, Sam Bankman-Fried didn't like Bitcoin at all. And he didn't like it because of its decentralization and transparency.
ARK Invest discussed the technological convergence they think would increase the market value of disruptive innovation from $13 trillion now to $200 trillion by 2030 in its 2023 Big Ideas research, which was released on Tuesday. The paper claims that 5 innovation platforms are coming together in ARK's research to produce untold growth trajectories. Public blockchains, AI, multi-omics sequencing, energy storage, and robotics are the 5 technologies. According to ARK, artificial intelligence is the most significant catalyst. It is rapidly influencing all other technologies. Regarding Bitcoin, the research claims that despite a turbulent year, the long-term opportunity is growing. The fundamentals of Bitcoin network have improved. It hasn't missed a beat, and its support base has shifted to a longer-term orientation. The value propositions of decentralization, auditability, and transparency of Bitcoin have been enhanced by the contagion brought on by centralized counterparties. Over the course of the next 10 years, the cost of a single Bitcoin might reach $1 million. The paper also points out that over long time horizons, Bitcoin has outperformed every other major asset class, despite experiencing severe downturns. According to ARK, Bitcoin has increased by an average of 272% over the past 5 years, while world stocks have increased by 6.1%, global debt has yielded 1.4%, and gold has increased by 2.2%. The paper also emphasizes that the fundamentals for Bitcoin are stronger now than they were during previous declines. A higher hash rate, a supply of long-term holders, and addresses with positive balances are some of these fundamentals. A growth trajectory for other digital assets is also depicted in the research. According to that section of the paper, on-chain decentralized applications and the smart contract networks that enable them could earn $450 billion in yearly revenue and reach market value of $5.3 trillion by 2030, as the value of tokenized financial assets rises. What are your thoughts on Cathie's prediction and outlook for Bitcoin and other digital currencies? Don't forget to let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. For more videos like this, click the link shown on screen. Remember to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And as always, have a good one.